Alrighty, so as you might have heard during that intro, we do have Stukov banned away first. Are going to see Cassia banned away second. Cassia considered one of the best heroes in the Nexus right now. She does a ton of hero damage, especially in long, drawn-out fights where she can just go ahead and poke it to death. Dahaka going to be banned out. Interesting pick. It might be a respect ban as there aren't too many maps or too many bushes on this map. So I can definitely understand why they would go ahead and take it away. But also, you know, not the strongest off lane here, but the ability to be global is really quite powerful. So I can see why they wouldn't want him into the game. Go ahead, get him out of here. Hi, Jinxie. Glad you could finally get your hair down a little bit. One of my most bothersome first world problems. Yeah, it was really nice. I have an interesting setup with my hairstylist. She comes over to my house and does my hair, and then if I can't go to her salon, and sometimes instead of paying for it, she just does something crazy with my hair, and then I take some pictures for her, and those are her ads for her salon. So it's really fun. Thank you. One thing that I've learned so far is that getting a mohawk when you wear headphones 8 days a week is a terrible idea. But enough about me. Getting back to the draft, we are going to see that Tassadar banned out. Tyrael the first pickup for Aeronor. Johanna and Li Ming going to be the counter. Very strong picks coming out the gate so far. If there's one thing that I know, it is that Johanna and Tyrael are incredibly strong tanks. So great to pick up early, as most teams like to choke the tank pool. And then Li Ming has phenomenal poke for that cavalry, so she will be able to hopefully prevent her enemies from being able to jump on the cavalry too much. We're going to see Lieutenant Morales variant come out. Do we see a Juice Pirates from Avalanche here on Alterac Pass? Or is this going to be a Stim Drone variant? Interesting opportunities here. Greymane gonna be banned out next. Really strong pickup, and it works well with the Juice Pirates, so, you know, I can understand why they'd want to get rid of that. He does a ton of work, and playing against the Juice Pirates is just really frustrating. We're gonna see Malfurion banned away. I'm gonna assume that's another target ban, as we see so many of these in NGS, just because you know, you really get to know the players, you understand what they're made of, and when you're playing competitively in comms, it doesn't really kind of matter what the meta solo pick is. It's more important about taking people off of those heroes that they're really comfortable on. Maybe if you know a strategy, trying to throw a wrench in that strategy. So Malfurion, solid ban away. Anduin, Sonya gonna be picked up, however. Anduin for Donald. I like that. I think the cleanse will be really strong for them. What else could we see here? We could see I'm trying to think of what could come out. We could see a mage come out. It should be an auto attacker for Avalanche. So maybe an auto attacker and a mage. Neither one of those. Well, Asmodee's kind of a mage. Abathur gonna come out. You can throw an Abathur hat on that variant, and it makes it really difficult to win the solo lane. Even a very strong pickup like Sonya is going to have troubles in that off lane, because it is going to be a 2v1. Can you really juice on all track with a regenerating core, though? They're so much harder to take down armor for each keep. That's a fair point, you know? It could just be a pickup that they like to play, and Illidan is going to be our last pickup here. That is going to be a melee Illidan, or it could be an offlane Illidan. You know, the possibilities are endless. Sitting here in the 4-man, in the offlane, he does both of them so well. We're going to go ahead and see if there are any swaps with 1 second left on the clock. It doesn't look like there are. So, boop, gonna head and put it back over onto me. Right is the perfect time to adjust the dog bed. So, looking at these team comps, my little guy's getting all crazy. Looking at these team comps, trying to decide whose I like more, and I think I have to give it to Avalanche. That Abathur variant is going to get a lot of work done. I think Morales is a fine healer. She does really, really great single target healing, which is a lot of what Nanoed Abba has. So that would be my guess. That's my vote. My vote is for Avalanche with that Morales Abathur variant. I'd love to hear your guys' opinion in the chat while we wait for them to go ahead and get started. Having a terrible shadow over here on the side today. It's just really trying to ruin the vistas that I am sitting on the frozen throne in Ice Crown. Usually we go through these pretty quickly. Trying to figure out who's running on a toaster here. It's someone from Avalanche. Okay, and as I say that, we are all set to go. So I'm going to go ahead and hop over here. On the right-hand side, we have Team Avalanche with Skeptic on that Abathur. Cash and Ashes is your medic. I Like Men rocking that variant with a humongous taunt. Aranor will be your Terrier, and Dragon Fury is going to be your Asmodan. And over on the left-hand side, the defending home team. Yep, on that Li Ming, Donald on the Anduin, Zloth on that Sonya, Enoch 89 will be your Johanna. And down here in the bottom on Illidan, it is going to be Kurt Dog. Everyone heading down to the middle lane. Going to go ahead and try and see what they can get on each other. Out comes the grenade. Does not hit anybody. I look like they might be waiting for those minions to crash. Can't see that right now. Zerxosen, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a lovely time. You're going to go ahead and pick Team Abba, Krauts a lot. Johanna is very strong. As we can see, she's going to go ahead, soak up those minion waves. Now, on Ultra Pass, there isn't really a 4-man. Down here in the bottom, it's Kurt Dog versus Abathur and Dragon Fury. And a little bit different from that variant Sonya top lane. We're going to see Illidan already having the tap, but here come his friends. Li Ming going to go ahead and just try and soak that middle lane out as best she can. We'll try to clear out some of those mines. Does miss him, unfortunately. And up here in the top lane, Zloth and I Like Men just going to go ahead and duke it out. Varian will have a little bit of a hard time until level 4. As the joke always is, they are not like a real hero until level 4. Jump back to the middle to see if anything is happening. It looks like both teams are really just trying to soak as well as they can. Illidan is going to go ahead, hop over on these knolls, which are so strong. The healing from Illidan should be enough to sustain through this 20% armor. While we're waiting, we'll go ahead and look at these talents, seeing like a little bit of a party is going on here in the middle lane. Quest coming out, we've got the Greed for Asmodan, fairly standard. High King's Quest up in the top. We're almost level 4. We'll see what Varian decides to pick. Clear for Lieutenant Morales, trying to get that reduction, or trying to get the detonation area for that grenade, making sure it's nice and solid, making sure she's able to go ahead and push them back further, because there is a lot of dives coming out from the side of Nanoed Abba. Level 4s are hit, and it is going to be a Twin Blades variant. So I was wondering if we were going to see Stim or Medevac. Well, we still could see Medevac. Twin Blades gives a better... Varian dies up in the top, getting a little bit overzealous with that level 4. Thought he had it, but the healing from Sonya too much. She does have that tough as nails on level 1, which gives her those block charges, 60%. Can make it very difficult for him to push in. Here in the middle, we're going to go ahead and see Aranor and Cass and Ashes in a little bit of trouble as they lose their whole front wall. Just one sad little lane left. Objective has started spawning. We'll see if anyone starts to head to it. Sonya gonna get a little bit of push up. Looks like she took some towers, but went ahead, grabbed those, grabbed that first tower. Now the objective is active. Do we see folks heading to it? Abba has a lot of sustain, could drain Morales pretty quickly during extended team fights. Really hard to decide. I know, these are some interesting drafts, spicy drafts I haven't seen before. So I'm excited for both of them. However, I do think I have to give it to Avalanche for my pick, but that is just my opinion. And I always love to hear what you guys have to say. We're going to see a team fight breaking out here. I like men getting pretty low outcomes to healing from Morales. Actually on Aranor right now. I like men going back in. Lots of fight. It is going to be a 3v5, but very difficult. Captain Acid stationed back nice and safe. And attack trying to jump in, do as much damage as they can. Sloth getting absolutely decimated by this variant. And not having that consistent heals from Nanoed can make it really kind of difficult. He's going to go ahead and have to back up here. It looks like everyone is going to tap, and Cash and Ash is just going to go ahead, wait in the bush, see if anyone comes to invade. I like men trying to get level 7 for their team, as it has not been reached by Team Avalanche yet. So they will have a little bit of trouble in these fights. No one told I like men that. He gets rooted by the Chastise. Aranor comes out doing tons of damage onto Yep. Has to blink away. Sloth coming back in, trying to get on to Cash and Ash, and she is stunned. Had to back up. Energy is still full. Sloth going in, and they're very, very far in. Morales has to back away, but Sonya is going to go down to that Abathur Spike Burst. Next on the list is an attack. Johanna doing their best to try and get out. They're running as fast as they can. I like men just harassing her. Anduin coming out, doing a ton of damage. Tyrael going to be the next to fall. However, Johanna is quick to go down. Kurt Dog able to just outreach that Archangel's Wrath. I like men is alone. 1v3. Casanaz can't get to him, and now they turn their sights on the Morales. Looks like Cash and Ashes is going to go ahead and sneak away. But with 2 deaths on the side of Team Avalanche, we're going to start to see the push onto the objective from just Donald, it looks like. In the meantime, level 7 was reached during that fight. We can see down here in the bottom, Dragon Fury finally going to go ahead and head back. Sonya wants to grab a wave of soak, try and keep their team in the experience run before heading back up. Illidan harassing that 4, almost getting the middle fort down, gets away with about a third of their health left. Going to be able to tap, no problem, and then head back up to this fight. While we're waiting for everybody, it looks like everybody's just going to go ahead and wait, see what's going on. Take a look at these talents. Swift Retribution, Stalwart Angel, looking fairly standard. Donald going to go ahead, get on that Cavalry, try and start the channel. Get channel for 30 seconds here at the start. So we'll see if Avalanche can come back. Both teams are level 9, doing their best. Try and get that level 10 so they can go in with an advantage over their opponents. From the side of Avalanche, anything interesting? No quest. They do hit level 10 first. And so far, it looks like the Hunt, Wave of Force, Light Bomb coming out. Cavalry Cage has been shut off by Avalanche. But they're going to have to be very careful. Only Varian has his Heroic. He's got 1 stack of that High King's quest. Trying to get a little more done from these minions. And I bet you if I had to guess, it's auto attacks done. Now, fun fact, Twin Blades isn't where the damage comes from. Nyquil Fiend, thank you for the raid of 25. I hate people, but I love gatherings. Welcome, guys. We're on game 1 of our best of 3 series. Team fight is breaking out. Kurt Dog trying to jump on Cash and Ash. I like men turning around to go ahead and protect their support. Out comes the Tyrael Sanctification. Level 10 has been reached by Avalanche. Here is Yet very, very far in the back. Has to use that divine leap, or that leap of faith to get out. Asman is going to be the first to fall down. Donald running for his life. Aranor having no mana at all. An attack very low. Varian just completely unrelentless. That Chastise is going to save some time. An attack escapes with their life. Okay, let's take a look. It is going to be Wrath of the Berserker. Li Ming not able to hit with those magic missiles or the orb. So now Avalanche is jumping on the side of Nanoed Abba, seeing what they can do to try and take this cavalry gentleman here. You can see him trying to break out. Out comes the globe. Johanna coming back in. Wrath of the Berserker was popped. Light Bomb coming out, only hitting Tyrael. Lieutenant Morales very low in the back, trying to do their best. They actually did go for the medevac, tried to pop it to get away, but unfortunately went down just a little bit too quickly, and it is going to be Avalanche who picks up this first cavalry unit. And look at I Like Man. He is just in Narnia, practically at the enemy team's core, surviving 1v4, eventually falling, but trading 1 for 1. All the while, Abathur was trying to soak up. We did see that hat come into play there. looks like we do have that ultimate evolution. So we saw the clone dropped in that fight. It is back up. And now we'll see what Avalanche can do with these cavalry. Middle guy, not going to get too much value, as we did see Illidan earlier take on that cavalry guy and clear, or sorry, not take on the cavalry, sorry. I'm looking at the Illidan taking out the cavalry guy right now. He cleared out that middle fort. Now we're going to see the cavalry push towards the middle fort of Nanoed Abba. Up in the top lane, cavalry not doing so good. Illidan was able to poke onto it, and now he's going to go ahead and head down where this bottom lane was taken. We saw the push come out from Avalanche. Light Bomb comes out on Sonya, hitting 4 members. Sanctification dropped by the fort, but not everyone was there. Only Aranor reaps the values. Morales going down. Osmond is going to be the next to fall. Tyrael trying to find someplace safe they can get out. They grab the middle fort. They are going to be able to escape up here through this top lane. Meanwhile, cavalry being cleared out on the side of Nanoed Abba. They lost 2 forts in that cavalry. Kind of a rough place to be in, as if they go next time, those cavalry members will be looking on the keeps. Now, Varian trying to take this boss. Here is Tyrael. They don't have that sanctification. Aranor surrounded by 4 members, 2 more on the way. He tries to jump away, gets that swift retribution out, does go down, tries to get the Archangel's Wrath. Besides, it's not worth it. Gonna explode on those minions, try and grab some XP. And now, Nanoed Abba turns their sight onto the boss. Only I Like Men is up here. Osmond and Abathur in the bottom. While boss is being taken, we are gonna see not a cheeky camp steal, but damage coming onto that keep. We're gonna see Dragon Fury trying to take this keep down, which will take 1 armor plate off of the core. Abathur down here in the corner, not even in a bush, going to try and add those locusts and gnolls to help. Illidan hunting in onto Dragon Fury, his Wrath of Legion of what is his ultimate call? Demonic Invasion, not Legion of Northrend. That is my ultimate ability. Runs out, and as such, it is going to be our Asmavro going down. And now, boss taken top. We're going to see Nanoed Abba looking for this bottom boss. Level 15 to 13 in favor of Nanoed Abba. And that is a really big struggle for Team Avalanche. The problem there being that you have an Abathur on your team. He's supposed to soak up and get you an experience advantage. And if you don't have that, it can be really difficult to come back with those goodness. with you know, you have 4 bodies on the map, 4 bodies versus 5 bodies. And granted, you do have the clone for the team fight to make it a 5v5, but until then, it is just Abathur trying to soak up and get those get that experience ahead. Cavalry has been captured by the side of Team Avalanche, or Team Nanoed Abba, excuse me. It's been a couple of days since I've casted, can you tell? Skeptic did clone Varian. Clone Varian does not get the advantages of the Varian Heroic, so it is just a standard Varian. Considered one of the weaker clones here, he is going to go down, and now there is going to be no clone for 66 seconds to fight into this objective. However, Azmodan, once again, sneaking across the map. Demonic Invasion, maybe? Nope, it looks like he's just going to drop his spear and then do a little bit of pokey with his laser. Drop 2 generals, and now meanwhile Morales does go down. Looks like Sanctification was burned right there, but it wasn't enough to sustain Morales. Tyrael going to be the next to fall to Sonya, and it's I Like Men being blinded, jumping in as best they can, trying to get on top of Yep, unable to do so. Abathur can only watch on as his entire team has been destroyed. I don't know if this is the best solution for Avalanche. They're putting themselves in 3v5 team fights. There is a lot of pressure built up here from Abathur. Loth does have to go back and clear, but we are going to see Nanoed Abba grab this cavalry, and it'll be their turn to push and push out these lanes. Red build Asmo, haven't seen that since the rework. I definitely agree. Let's see. What are all we wonderful folks up to? NyQuil, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate you so much. If somebody in the chat could get just exclamation mark SO NyQuil, we can all see what he's been doing. You guys can go ahead and follow them there. We are going to see Asmodean in a whole heck of a lot of trouble. Dragon Fury trying to get away. Does dodge the wave of force. Kurt Dog taking a little bit of damage here. Aranor trying to push in, do some damage. However, Light Bomb coming out, hitting nobody. And that is almost everything out on the side of Nanoed Abba. Every single heroic ability was used between them. We're going to see everybody get into this medevac. However, it is immediately bursted down. Everyone gets stunned. I'm not sure where they were headed, but now the team could be in some serious trouble. And Attack trying to do their best in the back line, taking a little bit of damage. Asmodean doing as much damage as he can. Leap of Faith coming out, as well as that Holy Ground preventing the chase. And Attack very low. I like men once again going absolute hog ham on Yep. Not able to do much. We do see the triple fort play here on the keeps of Avalanche. Sloth doing it. This keep may go down if the team isn't careful. Varian is back. Medic goes down once again. Aranor trying to escape. And Nanoed Abba is doing a really smart thing here. They're not letting Avalanche escape. They're trying to come out, trying to go back and defend. But they wanted to take this fight, and now they're stuck. Tyrael does go down. Gonna try and look for that Archangel's Wrath value. Finds it on the minions. And 2 forts were cleared. 2 keeps, excuse me, were cleared on the side of Avalanche. Could we see them go down here? 2 forts is what you need to clear out that core here. Now the core does regenerate, so any core damage that isn't fatal will not stick on these Alterac cores. We're gonna see Nanoed Abba looking to try and take this final keep, and with no armor on the core, it could be in real trouble. Asmodean gets immediately blown up as Light Bomb comes out, the Hunt comes out, Wrath of the Berserker, and Blessed Shield, all for the Asmo kill. Fort not long for this world. Illidan, targeted by the keep, does have to back out. Sloth trying to do their best. And Attack, tanking the fort as best they can. They do have that negative 20 armor. Yep, getting jumped on by I like men. Out comes the Leap of Faith. Is it going to be enough? We are level 20 to 17, and it looks like Varian isn't going to find that sanctification in time. He does go down. Aranor trying his best. Cash and Ashes looking at some trouble. Aranor and Cash and Ashes very low. Skeptic hiding in the base now too. We do get the clone on Tyrael right before he dies. So now we have the Tyrael. Can they defend the core? It is 50%. Only Cash and Ashes and the clone. Looks like this is going to be game number 1 going over to Nanoed Abba. Game number 1. Nanoed Abba. GG. Well done. I'm going to go ahead and jump on this now. The wrong button. There is our game summary. If you find folks would like to take a look at that as we update the score, I need to not close that and mark down that Alterac Pass was picked by the left team, which is Avalanche, and it was run by, or sorry, it was picked by Nanoed Abba and won by Nanoed Abba. And here we can take a look. 46,000 to 47, very close in terms of hero damage. However, look at the team kills. 18 to 5. Avalanche, kind of a wonky draft. I can understand where they were going with it, but unfortunately not able to pull it off. Go ahead and take a look at the talents. Avalanche did not reach level 20, but if you'd like to take a look at the builds and what went where, why we saw what we saw, there they are. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and look through our lovely chat and see what y'all have been saying while I have been rap-godding this Heroes of the Storm match. 40% bonus damage against no stuns, LOL. Not a whole lot of CNC. Sonya's trying to reduce the duration of... Looks like somebody says that Avalanche is just trolling, and we'll see. They are the higher seed than Nanoed Abba, but what I've learned in NGS, seeding really means nothing. I've had games where we see, like, is this me? Yes. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get into our lobby. You just saw there, it is going to be Cursed Hollow, and it looks like Cursed Hollow was picked up by... Make sure I get this. It looks like they were picked up by our left team, which is going to be... Oh, no, picked up by the right team. So that is... Our right team is Nanoed Abba. I'm trying to figure it out. Read, talk to chat, all at the same time. Okay, so game number 2. We're going to Cursed Hollow. Do we see the 2-0 victory for Nanoed Abba getting that domination and those 3 sweet, juicy points? Or are we going to see a turnaround and a full series from Avalanche? Everyone just talking about Avalanche is trolling, and I really hope they're not. I don't like troll games, guys. I like when everybody tries their hardest, even when, like, it doesn't really matter. I see they're asking if we're ready. I'm going to go ahead, let them know we're ready. They're going to jump in without further ado. This is our second game of the evening, and thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Jinxie Cat. This is Division B West, Nanoed Abba versus Avalanche. So good to see you guys, and thank you for coming in, hanging out, and chatting with me. Oh, you're only saying they're trolling because they're suiciding for keep 2 times. That's an asthma playing Storm. Like, fair enough. All right, as long as nobody's bullying. I don't like bullying in my games. I like everybody to be nice and happy. Butt spot providing true perspective in the game. Did I miss a good butt spot? Need to find it. Because Avalanche is just buttling. Oh, that's cute. All right, while I have time, I am going to... make sure I spelt that right. Oh, I spelt it wrong. Gosh darn it. I always do that. Johanna Cassia gonna be banned away. Once again, Stukov is gonna be taken out there. Forgot the Y. Don't go follow that other person. They're a traitor. Or not a traitor, an imposter. Alright, let's try this again.
Anytime you're ready.
Rainer gonna be our first pickup there on Cursed Hollow. I can see why they'd pick up the Rainer. He is a very good poking poking hero. There we go. Okay. Tassadar Whitemane coming out as the first pickups from Avalanche. And I really like that. We saw that Tassadar was banned out game number 1. And Tassadar, I mean, he's incredible right now. Really, really strong hero. Has really great poke. Does a ton of damage if you get hit by all of his abilities. And his heroics are just insane. Plus, that wall is incredibly BM. Like, the amount of times that I've gone in versus the wall and just died, it feels awful. We're going to see that Malfurion for Donald, leading me once again to believe that Malfurion ban last game was targeted at him, and Donald is just a Malfurion god. Diablo also coming out very strong. Surprised to see him over ETC since the past couple of months. Diablo has really fallen down in priority, but you know, there are a lot of close quarters and chokes on this map, so I can see why they would want to go ahead and pick him up there. We're going to see that Sonya ban away. Again, totally understand it. Sonya did a ton of work in that last game, constantly harassing Lieutenant Morales. So they say, go ahead, get her out of here. Garrosh going to be banned out from the side of Nanoed Abba. So they are going to go with that Tyrael once again. And I really think the Tyrael is solid. I think Sanctification is good. Those Sanks were good. And Greymane picked up this time. Greymane is so incredibly strong right now. Just one of the best picks you can get in that ranged auto slot. He can also jump in and finish off the kill. Having 6 abilities practically, it's absolutely just insane, especially when one of them just buffs your damage output. You can go ahead and just attack so much faster as long as you have that Greymane W up. Last pickups for Nanoed Abba are going to be Arthas and Jaina. All right, Arthas, GG, go next. And Nanoed Abba closes it out. But, ladies and gentlemen and non-binary folks, we do have a Murky coming out from I Like Men. Now, Murky, there's a lot to unpack in a Murky pick. We'll hop over here for just a second, and then we'll talk about that juicy Murky. A lot of people think Murky is a troll hero. And I personally don't think that Murky is that bad. If you have a good Murky on your team, it can be really, really strong. If you're one of those Murkies that just runs in and dies off a cooldown and tries to fight with the team instead of like split pushing, then yeah, absolutely. It's a totally terrible pick. But if you have a Murky who, when the objective is up, can go ahead and get things done on the map while your team defends and gets work done in other lanes, then he can be really solid. So we'll have to see what the Murkies can do. Everybody has got the level 5 Murky portrait on the side of of Avalanche. I Like Men is now known as I Like Merc. Oh, gonna go ahead and shift over here. Heroes. On the right-hand side, once again, we have Team Avalanche with Skeptic on that Tassadar. Cash and Ashes is your white main. Aranor, once again, rocking the material. Dragon Fury is your gray main. And down here in the bottom, it's I Like Men on that Murky. Look at how big this shield is on Murky. It's like a 300-point shield, but it just takes up one of his whole bars. But over here on the left, we got Nanoed Abba with Yep on that Jaina. Donald is your Malfurion going through the top lane. Attack is your Diablo, right? No, Attack is our Rainer this time round. Interesting. Sloth on that Arthas. This is Nanoed Abba. Everyone down here in the... And Kurt Dog is going to be our Diablo. I almost forgot Kurt Dog. Can't forget Kurt Dog. We're going to see a little bit more play coming out here from the middle lane. Aranor going to try and do a little bit of damage there. Kurt Dog slamming into that wall provided by Tassadar. Skeptic causing their own death. However, yep, very low in the back. Gets hit by that Malfurion, trying to keep them nice and healthy. We do see a couple of Moonfires out, and just like that, Yep is back to full health. Kurt Dog taking a little bit of damage there, pushes out onto Dragon Fury. Dragon Fury jumping on that Greymane, and this time, Nanoed Abba sealing the fate of their own team mem. Dragon Fury having to try and jump back. Kurt Dog going to tap, and both teams trading 1-for-1 here. Level 2 reached as Murky did not start middle. He went ahead and went bottom lane. Sloth is down there in the lane, and it is their job to play Murky duty, which is so incredibly frustrating. Anyone who's in the solo lane can tell you that having to deal with a Murky is just, it's the worst thing, because you're just trying to do something on the map. You're just trying to play the game. And then, there's Murky pushing top lane. Better go deal with him. And then he bubbles away. While this riveting fight is happening in the bottom lane, Greymane and Rainer taking their giants respectively will finish roughly about the same time. White main Tyrael clearing. We're going to see Kurt Dog and Yep heading over to that bruiser camp. No bruiser camp yet on the side of Avalanche. Up in the top, it's Tassadar versus Malfurion. Well, at one point, this would be a support fight. I don't know why Rainer hasn't left the bottom corner, but there we can go ahead and look at it. Let me try by E. Okay, there we go. Shift Z so we can go ahead and zoom out again. Donald taking a ton of damage and leaving the support to solo lane. Interesting choice from the side of Nanoed Abba. Donald does lose a half, 3/4 of their health in this fight. Attack is in the back corner, trying to do a little bit of damage onto Skeptic, and Donald better be careful. He's out walking around. Gonna face check this bush. Very risky with his health. And now looking to try and get a regrowth onto Kurt Dog, then head back to tap up. While we're doing that, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of these talents. Oh, come on, man. We got the Eternal Hunger from Arthas, and then that Icy Talent. It's an Icy Talents rune tap Arthas. You hate to see it, folks. All right. Curse number, or tribute number 1. is on the board. Kurt Dog being scouted out by Aranor, gets flipped, does not get stunned. They missed that wall by just a second. Does get rooted with that negative 40 healing. Aranor taking a little bit of damage there. Dragon Fury stepping up onto Yep, who's been stuck in this choke point. Tyrael trying to block them out, body block them, but Malfurion able to get a really sick Moonfire onto two people. They're really trying to get Yep, and they ultimately do. But all the while, Avalanche did also grab that camp, or that tribute, and they are level 7. Kurt Dog, very nice and healthy, and attack, not looking as hot, does go down. Dragon Fury may not be long for this world, however, trying to jump on a Donald. Kurt Dog peeling as best they can. Donald on the run, trying to find the way to his keep, able to do so. Kurt Dog now looking at a world of hurt. Dragon Fury just putting the damage in, but here comes Yep. They have respawned. Second tribute already ready to go. And now Dragon Fury gets wall banged and stunned by Diablo, jumps to Yep, trying to get out of that blizzard, taking away 50% of their health. Kurt Dog so low. Malfurion finally joining the fight. Aranor has no mana. Dragon Fury has no health. Cash and Ashes, very low on mana as well. And Aranor gonna try and channel this. What an insane madman. Skeptic also trying to do the same. Do we see? Yeah, it looks like Avalanche is going to go ahead and give this up. Does Skeptic go down here? They get the wall flip combo out by Kurt Dog. Out come the roots from Malfurion. Dragon Fury does get rooted here. Kurt Dog stepping away, trying to see if they can't come in with the flank. Second tribute of the game picked up by Nanoed Abba. All the while, a riveting, excellent, exuberant, exhilarating fight coming out from Arthas and Murky, who never left either lane, which is really smart play by Zloth. They could have maybe turned that first tribute had they shown up, but they understood that playing against the Murky was more important. They're not going to allow I Like Men to Merc die Merc again. Free pushing here is a no-no. Now, third tribute popping up. Not curse point for either team. Snow shields are coagulating. Once again, Cursed Hollow is a snow map. Aranor, surrounded by the team, does not get caught in those roots. Able to jump just to the side. A Merc taunt coming out from I Like Men. Now we're going to see Nanoed Abba on the run. Dragon Fury is just in their backline all the way in Narnia. Stuck by the team. He's staying alive. Cash and Ashes keeping him incredibly healthy. And attack on that Rainer has to worry. Diablo able to finish the Soul Stones as Grayman does go down. And now Kurt Dog looking at Whitemane herself. I Like Men trying to do the best they can. Drop the pufferfish, trying to heal up, making sure that his team can get out. Cash and Ash is caught in the root. Does get that negative 40 healing. Aranor buying some time for their friend. Big spells coming out from Jaina here. March of the Murlocs is live. The teams are 8-10. Murky does go down, but not before dealing some slowing damage. Out comes the Whitemane Firebolt, and it is not going to be Sanctification this time. It is going to be Judgment. However, Tyrael is the next to fall and attack low, but not low enough. Whitemane gets one more interrupt, but it might cost them their life. Out comes the root. Grayman whiffs the cursed bullet. Whitemane goes down, and that is going to be 4 for nothing in favor of Nanoed Abba. All the while, though, these Siege Giants were pushing, they were able to grab that top, or that bottom front wall. Sloth gonna go ahead and have to clear those up now. I Like Men just being as obnoxious as they possibly can. And with 3 members cleared out in that fight, we're gonna see Nanoed Abba try and take the boss here now. Hi D, welcome to the stream. Oh, I can go ahead and move that. I realize there are 2 there now. There shouldn't be 2. Let me go ahead and move those for you. Each team has 1 tribute. I didn't even think about that when I put this up, and I have no idea why there are 2, so let's go ahead and get rid of those. Meanwhile, as we do, looks like Murky was going to go ahead and be taken out. However, top 4 taken from the top lane. Skeptic is very far forward. Here comes Sloth and Kurt Dog. Boss being taken on the side of Avalanche, and it looks like Tassadar is just going to go ahead and die here, which means we might see this tribute being given up by Avalanche. Excuse me. Tributes are currently 2-1 in favor of Team Nanoed Abba. Yodalea Hihu, thank you very much for. I just forgot that. I love that name. What a fantastic name. Thank you for following. 2 for blue, 1 for red. That's right. Let me go ahead and turn those off. I don't know how I got both of these on here. One of them. We'll get here in a sec. Out comes Judgment onto that Malfurion. Dragon Fury doing the best they can. Twilight Dream comes out, and immediately 3 members of Nanoed Abba do go down. Kurt Dog is going to be the next to fall. They do have souls, so they will respawn in 4 seconds. But an explosive fight there. Everybody presses their R, and everybody just dies. Tassadar with the Archon. Out comes the Cursed Bullet from Greymane. Fireball keeping Greymane alive when we thought for sure he might have been dead there. Skeptic taking a little bit of damage. Aranor coming out while preventing Kurt Dog from getting in. Out comes the Cursed Bullet once again. Diablo does fall. This time they do not have souls, so they will be down for 24 seconds. Here comes Syndragosa slowing away the retreat of Team Avalanche. Aranor diving into the back line. They're going to go ahead and try and pick off an attack now, who they do succeed in getting. Does go down. This is going to be 2-2. Yep, with only 30 health. Heals are on the way. They do go down. And that is going to be 2 team deaths going over to the side of Nanoed Abba. They died so fast, I thought Twilight Dream was on the red team. Definitely understand that. We're going to see these Siege Giants picked up. Curses in 3 seconds. Sloth gets Curse Bulleted, gets stuck by the wall, gets stunned by the Tyrael Judgment. They do go down. Kurt Dog, however, is back up, stunned into the roots. Whitemane Fireball to keep Aranor alive, are able to do so. And Dragon Fury, as the keep goes down, is just in the base. They do not want to screw around this game. Out comes the Force Wall one more time. We see the teams try to push here. They're doing their best. Donald losing half health to that Skeptic Tickle Beam. Gets the flip onto Skeptic. However, a nice shield from Aranor keeps him nice and healthy. Out comes the APOC. Kurt Dog very low and Attack very low. Donald very low. Who will be the first to fall? It is going to be Raynor, followed by Diablo. Will we see Avalanche end this here and take us to a game number 3? Yep, only with about a quarter health. The core looking absolutely devastated as the team jumps onto it. They're trying to avoid that negative 75 armor from those curse points. It also takes away 5% of your health. Sloth doing their very best to try and defend this core. The shield is gone now, and Tassadar just tickling away. Has to move out of that negative zone. Team is running low on mana. Kurt Dog coming in, but 79% on the core now. 75%. I Like Men drops the March of the Murloc. That's going to be a pretty big kill. Out comes the Whitemane Fireball. 2 members go down. Jaina and Malfurion. The core is at 58% health. Kurt Dog with only 40 health is the next to fall. The whole team is here. Only Arthas and Raynor left to defend. And Attack having to go back to base. Sloth hit by that Curse Bullet, trying to do their best. They're so low, 500 health. It is going to be a game number 2 going over to Team Avalanche. Geez, what a game, ladies and gentlemen. No curse was even taken. 6-16, 16-12 in levels. I saw that, Kratz, a lot. Here's the stats, so you guys can go ahead and look at them. And definitely a big discrepancy here in damage. Dragon Fury doing 53k. Skeptic with that 40,000. And then the highest on the side of Team Nanoed Abba was Jaina with Raynor with 33,000. Go ahead and take a look at these talents once again. Very quick, short games. You guys can take a look. Don't look at this Arthas build. Just ignore that. I was looking at the wrong guy there. But yeah, GG's called out. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it, you guys. Not a single curse taken there. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that in game so we will be able to see what what is happening next time. Once again, that's my apology. What a butt. Thank you, butt spot. We'll go ahead and jump back over here for a second while we try and figure out where we're going for our third and final game. I'll go ahead and update the score screen and then immediately send you back into the fray of our, let's see, this was picked by the right team and it was won by the right team, bringing our score to 1-1. And then if you guys want to go ahead and take a look, if you're new here, welcome, welcome. This is a best of 3. Nanoed ABBA just won on Cursed Hollow. Alterac Pass was picked and won by the side of Team Avalanche. I'm sorry. Cursed Hollow was picked and won by Team Avalanche. Team Nanoed ABBA picked and won our Alterac Pass game. I'm going to go ahead and see why our stuff isn't moving. And then it looks like we're going to go ahead and get to our third and final game of the evening. Looks like it is going to be Brax's Holdout. So I'm going to go ahead, update that for you right now. And team number 1 gets the draft. So Mac pick was over to our friends on the left, which is Team Avalanche. Sorry, Team Nanoed ABBA. My left and my right, I know them. I promise. Alrighty. Gonna go ahead, tell them that we are ready, steady, so whenever they want to jump us in, we can definitely do so. And then we can wonder why our stuff doesn't want to move and throw an absolute temper tantrum because we are trying to move them all. And I don't know where this is coming from. It's from like a different layer, but it's not supposed to be on here. It might just be an OBS thing. Like, if I do this, sorry ladies and gents, you get to watch me. Okay, that's really weird. Everything is kind of doubled here and I have no idea why. Let's move that, we'll move that. Does that fix this? It does not. It's supposed to be on my meme picks tonight, I see. I wouldn't necessarily call them meme picks. They're having fun games. And I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why my OBS has moved some stuff from the other layers of my OBS onto my in-game layer, which should have minimal things going on. And I can't remove them unless I shut off OBS. So it will kind of hinder our objective trackers in the corner. I promise I'll keep you all up to date. So sorry about that. We're waiting to see if the teams are ready. I have said that we're ready. Everyone is there. We have one R coming out. Do we have a second R coming out? We'll go ahead, jump back over here while we wait. How y'all doing tonight? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. By the way, I really, really appreciate it. We're going to see what we can get done in the next couple of seconds. I'm going to go ahead and just drop another R and make sure it wasn't lost in the confusion. And then we are going to go ahead and just jump right into the game. All right, very good. Third and final map of the evening, folks. Whoever takes this takes the whole series and 2 delicious points going into playoffs, which could prove a higher seeding for playoffs or just bragging rights for the next season. You know, say, you know what? We won. It was a hard, fat match, but we won. And this is why I love NGS. No matter where you are placed, never, ever, ever count the teams out. The amount of times that I've been like, okay, we have the 13th seed versus the number 3 seed. Like, this is definitely going to be a stomp one way. And then our 13th seed actually ends up winning is incredible. And then I get games where I'm like, okay, 3rd versus 4th. This is going to be really, really close. And then, like, one team just gets absolutely rolled. Reason always, always, always expect the best out of both the teams. We're going to see that Cassia ban come out one more time for this evening. Stukov, again, solid ban, going to come out. Do not want to let Donald get that Stukov. Very strong Stukov. What do we see here now? This did flex last time. It was the Tassadar. And then in the last game, gosh, I don't remember what the bans were. But it was different from Tassadar, obviously, because Tassadar was picked. White man going to be banned away. They were like, you know what? We tried so hard to kill that gray man, and he just lived and lived and lived. So absolutely not. Johanna ban going to come out from the side of Avalanche. They don't want to see her here. They're like, you know what else can you play? We've seen you pick Johanna twice now. We haven't banned it. We left it open. You guys have first pick. Come up with something else. So, what is that something else? Do we see an ETC here in exchange?
Reckoning is at hand.
We don't. It is going to be that Tyrael coming out this time for the side of Nanoed Abba, who immediately pick up the Gazlo Ariel. A lot of interesting picks coming out here tonight. Gazlo, maybe the solo lane, maybe the 4-man. Pretty strong on this map, actually. Has a ton of structure damage, a ton of siege damage. So if you get those Zerg waves, it can be absolutely devastating. And then turrets on the point just feels bad. So you might be right, MFCEO. Got meme picks coming out tonight. We're going to see Deckard Kane and Lunaria coming out from the side of Nanoed Abba. Greymane going to be banned away by Avalanche. Do not want to deal with him. What do we see here from Nanoed Abba? Any second now. Just need a Cho'Gall now. I know Kratz a lot. And thank you. I really love this. I got it for my birthday from my sister. Kael'thas can be banned out. Really strong wave clear. Can definitely understand that. Now we could see picks come out like a Gul'dan, maybe a Jaina. Li Ming isn't so strong on this map, but I could definitely see it. Orphea is also another really strong pick. Some kind of mage. Okay, well, ask and you shall receive. Cho'Gall coming out for the side of Team Avalanche. Just trying to have some fun here tonight, it looks like. These matches don't change a whole lot, so it's definitely okay to be silly. And we'll see what this gets the team. What are they considering here? Is it a Malthael? Malthael could be very strong. Leoric is another strong pick. A new Barak. We could have Tyrael offlane and a new Barak in the solo. However, it is going to be Mephisto Sonya to round out the comp. And I think that's a really strong comp there on the side of Team Nanoed Abba. And Probius coming out. All right, guys, you've made your point. Silly games. Uther Tank. Uther Tank isn't a meme. It's really strong. Uther Butt incoming. Thank you, Butt Spot. Gonna go ahead and screenshot that for my best of Butt Spot that I can post in Bahamut's chat later. Gonna go ahead and jump to me. Now, I like silly games in games that don't matter. And I don't think this one matters a whole heck of a lot. But I hope Team Avalanche is nice and aren't just going to try and run it down. Because maps like that, they really stress me out. Like, I want to see teams come out and do their best, you know? So, here's hoping it's a good game. Looking at that, obviously, I'm going to give the team draft over to Team Nanoed Abba. Just because, well, they actually picked a real draft. That's just my opinion. If you think that Gazlo, Cho'Gall, Probius, Ariel is a really strong draft, I'd love to hear why. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead, jump into our third and final match of the evening with Ill Fury on that Cho'Gall. I like men and Dragon Fury. Cash and Ashes is your Ariel. Aranor is going to be your Probius. And then up in the top, Skeptic is your Gazlo. And over here on the right-hand side, for the last time this evening and for the rest of the season. It is going to be an attack 89 on that Mephisto. Donald is your Deckard Cain. Kurt Dog will be your Tyrael. Yep, on that Lunara. And then, of course, Zloth on the Sonya. Gonna go down. We have a reverse lane swap here from the side of Nanoed Ava. They jumped up against the Gazlo. Gonna immediately destroy that turret. See what they can get during this rainstorm here. That will give them shields, as you see, and movement speed. Gonna harass this Gazlo as much as they can. Meanwhile, Sonya is just gonna try and hold against Probrius, Cho'Gall, Ariel, and that is going to be no easy feat. She steps out, tries to heal up and clear away some of those minions, but this is just an unstoppable pushing force. Ariel heals so much, just indefinitely with her hat on the Cho'Gall. We already see 2 towers going down and a stun onto Zloth on the side of Avalanche. Just going to go ahead and push, push, push. Meanwhile, only 1 tower destroyed up here on the top. Looks like Tyrael is going to stay, and the rest of the team is coming down to assist because Sloth is in a heck of a whole lot of trouble. Well, already being crushed, and I'm really glad to see that we do have Avalanche at least trying here. Cho'Gall doing a ton of damage, and attacks it at about 50% health, does dive in, gets a ton of damage. However, they also take a ton of damage. 240 hit points left, do have to back up. Yep, sitting at about 50%. Kurt Dog also incredibly low. Lunar eats the potion meant for Kurt Dog. Tisk, yep. Everyone's going to get knocked back. We're going to see Cho'Gall go ahead and step up onto that point. And the teams are just trying to clear out right now. Sonya finally rotating up, swapping with Tyrael versus that Abathur, or that Gazlo, excuse me. We do have Nanoed Ava taking this top hand point. Meanwhile, in the bottom, Cash and Ashes and Cho'Gall just destroying the bottom lane of Nanoed Ava. Kurt Dog pretty low. Donald is running low on mana. They're not going to have that tap unless they want to try and potentially give up this fort. Donald low. He steps up to Cho'Gall. Takes a ton of damage. Tyrael in the back is going to be our first blood this evening. Trying to find anywhere to explode. Finds a pylon. Gets good value there. And now Deckard Cain is going to her only Yeppen an attack here on those Lunaras and Mephistos respectively. We could see this fort going down. However, other plans for the side of Team Avalanche. Cash and Ash is just sitting in the bush with the eye. Kurt Dog and Donald coming back up, and they're going to look for round 2 here. Il Fury, little bit of damage. Kurt Dog trying to get in as much as they can. Up here in the top lane, let's take a look. Looks like Sloth and Skeptic are neck and neck in the lane. Sloth able to push in a little bit further with their sustain, able to heal up, misses that Explodomatic or whatever that Gazlo ability is called. Down here in the bottom lane, the team has been able to step out on the side of Nanoed Ava. Fort sitting at about 25% health. Kurt Dog equally as low. Cash and Ashes also very low, does have to back up. And now the team sets their sights on Il Fury. Lunara is going to fall in the bottom. And now Cho'Gall has turned onto Kurt Dog. An attack very low, has to teleport back into their shade. Cash and Ashes just looking to harass this team. And with no support, and Cho'Gall just able to poke down, it is going to be really, really difficult. And I mean, no support isn't no assistance. I see they have a support right there in the side of Deckard Cain. But there is going to be a Sonya going down to that Gazlo in the top hand lane. And the first fort does go over to Team Avalanche. They've been saying pushing power. We'll see how long this lasts. Level 10, there aren't a whole lot of synergies from the ultimates of Avalanche. And as I say, that Mephisto does go down. We'll see if we even get to level 10. Level 7 reached by Team Avalanche. They've cleared the fort. They have the Zerg wave. And now they've set their sights on the front wall at 4.5 minutes. The front wall already coming under assault here for Team Avalanche. Kurt Dog stepping out, trying to zone them away best they can. Whip from Ariel does come out, gets missed. And they're just able to push away these minions, and it's so hard for Team Nanoed ABBA to step out and really try and do anything without taking an immense amount of damage. And look at Yep, comes out, throws a round of abilities, already gets very low. However, Cash and Ashes is not doing so hot, and one Angel onto another. Ariel does fall. Aranor now without their big beefy frontline and infinite heal bot is looking at trouble. They are going to go down here now. Level 7 reach for both teams. Cho'Gall going to go ahead and retreat back to the point. Jumped onto Cho'Gall and his vision here for a second. That means we're going to have to do this. Apologize, everyone, as we get back to the right amount. Out, Hurt Dog, trying to step on the point. However, 100 Zerg Wave reach for Team Avalanche. Ilfury, we're going to get away with 25% health. Ariel is back, but she has no healing saved up yet. One of the weak points of Ariel. Once she comes back to a fight, she can't immediately heal her team. She's got to get that hope regenerated. However, she is going to get a nice stun on Deckard. Get a little bit of hope there. Donald running for their lives. Ilfury jumping in. Cho'Gall doing their best to push out the team. And now we'll see if they take keep at 5.5 minutes, 6 minutes, excuse me, in this team. Out comes the lightning shield, which will provide a little bit more better wave clear for the team. Out attack, doing the best that they can, but the wall is absolutely toast. Gazlo and Sonya duking it out up in the top lane, but the blue Zerg have already been cleared out. Hurt Dog pretty low, and attack pretty low. Aranor stepping up, trying to get all the damage they can, and out comes those Deckard Cain. Ruby's trying to heal up the team. Actually, we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at this. Tyrael does go down to Cho'Gall. Zerg Wave pushing on the fort. Upheaval comes out, level 10 reach by the side of Team Avalanche. They drop those Shadow Bolt volley, doing as much damage as they can to the keep. Pylon overcharge, maybe finishing off the rest. Yet does have to back out at the side of those pylons. And now the keep, only about a third health left. Ariel choosing not to go for Resurrect, but for that Crystal Aegis. The keep does go down. Is the team in trouble? Sonya's here. Ilfury, very low, being chased away. Are we going to see them go down? We did see Ariel go down. The poison from Lunara may be enough. We see very low, 40. Oh my goodness. Tyrael throws over the sword just in case to try and finish the job. But Cho'Gall does go down. Sonya heading back up to fight with this Gazelle. And now we see the team Nanoed ABBA on the site of... on the camp, clearing out. Even gods can bleed, says I like men. And I do have to kind of agree, MFCEO. This is kind of demoralizing. A keep already gone at 8 minutes into the game. Tyrael coming in with that judgment. Probius does go down. And maybe Team Nanoed ABBA, Deckard dying to the fort. Unfortunately, out comes the Crystal Aegis, only delaying the inevitable for Cash and Ashes. Maybe as Cho'Gall is back now. Hurt Dog trying to jump onto Ariel. He does go down. Can he chase him away and get the killing blow? A little bit left. Anno Attack is going to be in trouble here now. They do go down. They manage to grab the keep or the camp there, but they do lose 3 members. Yep, the only one able to get out there. And then, of course, Sonya, who was up here in this top lane defending against Skeptic here on the Gazlo. And I really do have to agree, MFCEO, as I was just saying. Like, this sucks. Poor Nanoed ABBA. If I was this team, I would be very upset right now. Skeptic, however, maybe overstayed. Yep, getting the poison damage on. Upheaval comes out, does not connect on a Skeptic. They run to their team. They bring the entire team to the camp. Gazlo is going to go down, and now the camp is anyone's grave. Pylon overcharge comes out. Tyrael jumping onto Aranor, 10% health. They do go down. 2 members down already. Cho'Gall trying to run for their life. The camp and 3 kills go over to Nanoed ABBA. Are they scaling enough to make a comeback? We're going to see Sloth step on the point. Tyrael doing the same up here. Let's zoom out just a little bit more. Boss is started up by Nanoed ABBA, but here comes Cho'Gall. Gazlo is on the way. 2 bodies taking 5 worth of damage, plus the boss. Can they go in? Are they gonna go in? Looks like the boss is just gonna be picked up uncontested by Nanoed Abba. Team is trying to regroup. We have 4 members up here now. Zoth jumping onto Ill Fury. Lunara dropping her ult. Already taking Cho'Gall to about 50% health. Healed up by Ariel. Going back up to 2/3. Kurt Dog trying to grab those ruby potions and those regular Deckard pots. Staying nice and healthy. They don't want to give up this Zerg wave. The Zerg is going to be pushing their bottom lane, which is incredibly low. That is the lane they lost the keep in. So they want to hold this. Point was taken back by Nanoed Abba. They're sitting at a strong 72%. Out comes the judgment onto Cho'Gall. Kurt Dog jumping in. Oh man, can Nanoed Abba make the play? Probius having a hearth in the back, decides to cancel it out. 100 to 18%. Just like we saw a reverse of our first Zerg wave. Just a couple of Lings and an Ultralist. Nanoed Abba going to be able to clear this out pretty easily. Gazlo, we'll see what they can do. They've got 2 turrets and an Explodium charge up. Take a little bit of damage off of this Zerg. Here comes Aranor to try and help. Meanwhile, it looks like the kills are the most important thing to Nanoed Abba right here. They let the Zerglings push. They're just going to go ahead and try and look for these 3 up here. Reminder, Cho'Gall is 2 heroes. 2 player heroes. Shadow Volley coming out, getting no value here. Only able to hit a couple of minions. They killed 2 whole minions with that 53-second cooldown. Feels awful. Fort taken down here in the bottom by Sonya and the Zerg wave. Skeptic and Aranor trying to clear out as best they can. The wall under siege here now. Guardian still fairly healthy. We don't even get a tower. Up here in the top, Ariel does go down to Tyrael. Looks like Judgment was used to secure the kill. Ill Fury, not long for this world, gonna go down. Fort is the next priority. And will we see these? Sonya, however, killed off by Nexus Force. We are T-touring all over the place. Firestarter on Chow, is that not good? Camp's not picked up by the team. They want this bruiser camp instead, so they're going to go ahead and do that. Aranor keeping a close eye if there's nothing the little probe can do, and in fact it may cost him his life. He drops one of his spears there trying to do some damage, but the team manages to pick up the camp. Now they're heading back to these Hellbats. These are the Goliaths. Gazlo finishing that level 1 quest. Over on Ariel, 1 more hit to go with that increasing clarity. Taking a look at these talents now. Ancient Blessings coming out for Deckard Cain. That'll make these fights a lot easier for Nanoed Abba to fight. They can go ahead, activate those Ancient Blessings, and then go in and do a heck of a lot of damage. So they do have really strong auto attacks coming out for most of the members on their team. 16 to 16, and despite having a keep down, it's really anyone's game. We're going to see Sonya with this camp go ahead and clear up. The team not too terribly far behind. They're in a gank push. They're looking. They want to find this team. They see Gazlo and Ariel down here in the bottom. Cho'Gall and Probius up in the top. Team does have vision of Cho'Gall and Probius and say, you know what? I think we can get a pick there. Ariel isn't with them. They engage on. Shadowbolt Volley comes out. Ariel is finally here. And really well done. An attack does get pushed in by the upheaval. They try to blink out, try to get some heal, but Gall is able to take out the Mephisto. The stun on the Dreadboard coming out onto Donald. He's in some serious trouble right now. Tyrael comes in. Kurt Dog trying to help his friend. He gets out. Now, this is a Tyrael, and this is a Tyrael with Sword of Justice, not that Holy Ground that we saw earlier. So he's able to blink in and blink out, and amazingly, both Tyrael and Deckard Cain get out. Only 1 member down. Shadowbolt Volley coming out and actually missing every single hero there. A nice, another sneaky Sword of Justice play. We saw a whip all the way around Deckard Cain. I think they might have taken 1 or 2 shots, but for the most part, they went ahead and dodged it. Out comes the upheaval. It is going to connect onto 2 members. However, nicely timed scroll and stealing. Out comes Lunara doing a ton of damage onto the squishy backlines. Ariel finally finishing her level 1 quest. Tyrael jumping in onto the probe, and now Aranor is in trouble. Drops that phase cannon. Is he going to do anything with it? Is setting up Kurt Dobb jumping back into the enemy team and jumping back again. coming out with that burning halo, doing tons of damage while being in there. And the jukes by Kurt Dog are real. Out comes the Crystal Aegis. Sonya has joined in the mix. Skeptic is going to be the first to fall. Out comes the Shadow Bolt Volley and the upheaval and attack. Trying to do the best they can. They do go down. Durn to Hate is dropped. Kurt Dog trying his best to get in, do the damage he can. He's so low, but Deckard is keeping him nice and healthy, able to juke in and out. The team may have to leave Sloth to die here. That pylon overcharge, just too much for our poor Barbarian. And now the target is Donald. Now it's not, maybe? Flick onto Donald. He's going to be able to get away. The core chasing Ariel away. Out comes Shadow Bolt Volley once again. What is the cooldown of that? 60 seconds. So they can just keep using it and using it and using it. Aranor going to be able to set up some poke here around, trying to grab that bottom wall. Now we're going to see Ariel. She rushes down to the bottom, and they can start the Zerg Wave channel at 20%. Here comes Tyrael. Here comes Yep. Here is Donald. They're all trying to look at this bottom, this top point, but then say, you know what? Maybe we should look at bottom where nobody is. So they're going to go ahead and pick that up. Here comes Avalanche, though. The upheaval comes collecting onto Deckard, but they actually push Donald behind themselves. An attack jumping in. Ariel is very low in the back. Has to use the Crystal Aegis on herself. Shadow Bolt Volley coming out once again. Very difficult to control. Not able to hit very many heroes. Out comes the Judgment onto Ariel. Kurt Dog is going to be the very first to fall. Pylon overcharge coming out. Lunara the next to go down. A ton of damage coming out from these probe pylons. Level 18 to 19. No team is 20 yet. Upheaval once again coming out. An attack being destroyed. They're trying their best. They are going to go down. Deckard, no health, no mana, no hope. As the Zerg are going to push this no keep lane. Sonya does fall down. And GG is going to be called. Donald stepping into base. He's going to do the best he can to defend. Gets pushed by the upheaval. Pushed down into the team. They do go down. GG's coming out. I can really feel the dissatisfaction by Nanoed ABBA. Not a good way to end this season.